and searching for that lap to sleep on, that hand to caress your hair, to tell you it's okay, you're doing it right, that voice to answer your questions the way you want, and that empathetic person who feels you without having the need of elaborating much. This is where you feel that I miss you again and again and again and deeply.
Hi guys, welcome to the Madinat Mom Podcast, where real moms talk, experts share insights, and coffee fuels the chat so you can thrive in motherhood. I'm Nour, your host, and I'm here to remind you that you're not alone in your journey. Today, we're talking about a silent kind of grief, becoming a mom without your own mom by your side. Rana is a Lebanese journalist, a media professional, and a mom of two, raising her family in Dubai while navigating motherhood far from home and without the guidance of her own mom. She is here to share her story of grief, resilience, and how she's redefining motherhood while raising emotionally intelligent kids in a country that is not her own. Rana, welcome to the Madinat Mom Podcast.
Thank you so much, Nour, for having me, and thank you for this beautiful and thoughtful introduction.
So before we start digging into your motherhood journey, I'd like to get to know you a little bit more. Who was Rana before becoming a mom, and how has motherhood shifted your life?
Yeah, first, thank you so much for the introduction and for having me and for this fruitful community, Madinat Mom. Rana actually is a daughter, obviously, and she's a sister. I have a brother, he's a lawyer, and I'm a journalist. I started in my career when I was still 18, and I never stopped working as a journalist. So somehow my identity was strongly tied to this background. And then I became a mother in 2020, and I moved to Dubai when my daughter was 8 months old with my husband, who got the offer here in Dubai. So the first time I witnessed Rana as a full-time mom was when I moved to Dubai the first few months. So I was still searching for my identity, and I'm still doing it every now and then. So in general, that's Rana.
How was your pregnancy the first time around?
Actually, my pregnancy itself was very smooth, very full of grace, and I really enjoyed every single moment since the moment I found out I was pregnant. But then the postpartum wasn't that easy. I'm not sure if we're gonna dig into this part now, but you think, as you mentioned, I'm mothering without my own mom. So I thought that I was over it. So I was somehow healed from the fact that I was spending the rest of my life without my mom until I became a mother. So when I first had Eleni in my arms, the first moment I looked into her eyes, I felt that the grief was strongly still there. So again, the pregnancy wasn't hard on me, but the fact of I was mothering, the moment I started to mother my daughter back in 2020 until now, that was the tough part, and that was the not so easy part of my journey.
How did you feel when you held your daughter and you didn't have your mom around you to guide you and tell you, what mothering actually is?
You feel something that is there's a big side of emptiness and isolation, if I may say, in your heart, in your stomach. And I remember once I saw a reel that hit home. It was a mom who was waiting for her mother to enter the delivery room when she gave birth, and she just turned the camera on just to shoot the reaction of her mom when she meets the child for the first time, the granddaughter back then. But then she was surprised that her mom didn't even look at the child. She came just straight to her to ask her how is she feeling. So that's the hard part of mothering without your own mom. The moment I held my daughter, I felt that if the responsibility is completely on me, on my shoulder, me and my husband, of course. But now there's no one to tell me, look, Rana, you are still a daughter also. You have the right to cry. You have the right to say, I cannot do it anymore. So it wasn't something easy. When the first moment I held my daughter, it was the moment where I felt that there's a big gap in my life that no one can fill and no one can replace. I can witness joy again. I can witness happiness and grace, but no one will be here instead of my mother again. No matter how support you will get, no matter where you will find people there, like cooking for you, doing the laundry, saying, hi, how are you feeling today? Are you getting better? Okay, of course, I do respect and I do cherish this support. But again, there's a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of gaps in the childcare for you as a child and for your daughter as a granddaughter who also is missing having her maternal grandma.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry, Rana.
I'm sorry because we started this way. I didn't know it would be that emotional, but
no, but it's the reality of the situation,
yeah,
and it's very difficult. And I'm really sorry that you had to go through this, and you continue to go through this. But can you share a little bit about your relationship with your mom?
Well, my relationship with my mom was ideal, if I may say. It wasn't only a relationship between a daughter and her mother. It was a relationship between a person and his therapist, a great listener, not only a good listener. I also remember my friends coming over to me to sit with my mom and to talk to her and to open up with some subject that they didn't used to open up with their own moms. So I think that was the hard also part of me losing her. It's not only the fact of losing your mother, your support system, your the one who cheers for you, and the one who supports you, the one who keeps on pushing you. It was really losing a therapist. So I had to find. I was there searching for her and in many different ways, in many different faces, and I didn't find her, of course. So I end up thinking that I will never find someone who really wants my the benefit, and then wants to see me glowing the way she wants to see me improving and going further in this life as much as she wants. So I ended up thinking that, this grief will not be healed without therapy. So go and find a specialist and go and do your own therapy and take care of your mental health, because I think your mom also will be happy to see you doing this for your children. So, yeah.
It sounds like your mom was an amazing woman.
She was.
And it's so beautiful to hear that you had such a close relationship with her. And again, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
At what stage did you seek therapy?
Actually, it was after I moved to Dubai. I think first I thought that I was completely healed, because I seek therapy through faith and prayer, and I think it worked really well. Like it worked like it was like a miracle for me to stand strong during a very tough and not easy period of time. But then when I moved to Dubai and after I had Eleni, I was working in a very known company, and I was super happy with the position that I had. I was growing, and I was really witnessing a big amount of growth, a huge connection, but the environment there wasn't so easy. And then I thought, this world is not easy. It's really a cruel world. And feeling disoriented sometime while moving to a country away from your familiar faces, away from your own family, away from the places where you feel at peace. Sometimes, like, when you are in your country and you feel down, you just take your car and you go to, let's say, a spiritual place, to meet a friend, to catch up with someone who really knows your history. You're not like building your own village from scratch. So when I moved here to Dubai, after I was working in this company, and when I felt that, Rana, you're not yourself anymore. You're just pouring stress into your family. You're pouring negativity sometimes. You're not that kind of person, and you have to do something about it. Why don't you seek help? Why don't you seek therapy? And I think, and I believe in the power of therapy. And then the therapy, when it comes from an expert, this is the real kind of therapy. Because, when you sit with your friend, okay, of course, it's one of the things that you can call it a therapeutic meeting or gathering, but it ends here. And your friend will not give you the right techniques to stand strong. It will not give you the right techniques to understand yourself, to understand what's the issue, and to heal this issue. So thank God the therapist helped me do it. And I think this was one of the best investment I did to myself and to my daughter, and now my son.
It takes a lot of courage to seek therapy. Yeah. What was the reaction of people around you when you told them?
Actually, I was positively surprised with the amount of people who wanted to know more. Because I don't like when you practice what you preach, and when you tell your friend that I've been into this phase of therapy, and that's the improvement that I showed, that I got. Here's where your friends start asking you more. Who is your therapist? How does it feel to dig deep into this chapter of your life? How did the therapist know that this was the issue? And on many levels, I was shocked. Like, why is she taking me to this chapter? And I think that this chapter, I don't have any issue in this. I don't have any problem in this. Why is she taking me to open this door? Yet I think that this was the most healthy door, the healthiest door I have in my life and my stories. But then she knows what she is doing, and that's her her territory, let me say. So when you give the best in this journey, and when you say, I am here to heal, and when you even though sometimes like you feel that خلاص, I want to stop here, I cannot do it anymore, I don't think that this is working the way I want, but if you stay consistent and you still have like this consistency, you will reach places where you never imagine yourself being there. Like, you will understand yourself first, so you can understand your surrounding better. You know where to put your boundaries. You know where to put your limits. You know where to say, I did it really well here. And you improve your self-talk. You start talking positively with and about yourself. And here is where yourself thank you by giving more and improving in different directions.
That's amazing. Are you still seeing your therapist?
Actually, I stopped now after I gave birth, because your brain needs to just cool down with the hormones that you have. So, but I'm 100% sure that I'll be back. And now I feel I'm thirsty to have these sessions. I've been doing it for like 2 or 3 years, and I never felt that this is something that I need to hide. Like, if someone is telling me, Rana, wallah, no, عم تتغير in a positive way, you're changing in a better way, I don't say, no, this is me, I did it by myself. No, therapy helped, and prayer helped, having a good surrounding helped, being more selective with your entourage helped. So, yeah.
And how many years after your daughter was born did you feel like you were ready for a second baby?
I was never ready.
I feel that too. Yeah. I feel that too.
I was never ready. But I always had this mindset of I don't want her to be a unique child. And once I went to Lebanon for a few days as a solo trip. I was alone, without my daughter, without my husband. And I met my friend. She knows herself, and she had her third child. I looked at her, and I thought back then, no, she is still there. She is still the same woman that I know. Yeah. She's not like wasting her energy, no, in a nonsense. Like, she's putting her energy in a beautiful family. And look at her, like, she's having her third child, a kid. She was like, of course, she was tired. She was like breaking up sometimes. But in general, I think like she can do it, and she did it. And it was unplanned. Like, she had her third son. It was unexpected. So I thought, for me, I know that one day I will be there and I will be doing this. It's not easy to have children abroad. Like, I always say, having 2 kids abroad, it feels like having 5 in your own country. So I was back to my country, to Dubai, and I felt that, Rana, you will never be ready. But you felt something, like an open door to receive this blessing. Why not? Give it a try. And luckily, it happened, like, from the first try. And I think it was God's reply for me to say that was what you still wanted in this life. And that this is exactly what was still missing in your life.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think you can ever feel, at least that's I relate to that so much, because I don't feel like I was ready for my second, but I feel like if you wait, you'll never feel ready. You just have to sort of jump into it.
Exactly.
And then be like, oh no, what did I do?
But God bless him. I met him. He's such a sweet boy. And now I'm sure that you're happy you did it.
Oh my God. I look at, and now I want a third.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I should say that on camera because there's proof. But when I see him, and I'm sure you feel the same, you're like, oh my God, like life is so full.
Exactly. You
as
feel
complete. A family of 2 kids, you feel complete.
You feel complete somehow.
How do you think your experience postpartum was the second time around, from delivery through postpartum? You're still going through postpartum.
Yeah, I'm still going through postpartum, but I didn't have the baby blues. With Eleni, I had baby blues, and it was intense. It was on the edge of turning into postpartum depression, but I was aware of it, and I started to read about it. I sought help, and I was like, I got over it, thank God. With Yorgo, my second child, he is 3 months old now, I didn't get the time to have baby blues. And that's the pros of having a second child. Like, okay, it's heavier, like physically. It's heavier, let me say, with the lack of sleep again. But emotionally, I think jumping from no kid to 1 kid is heavier than jumping from 1 to 2, because your identity changes big time from not being a mom to being a mom. But when you have your second child, you're already a mother. You know what like, I've been there, I did that, you know what you are expecting. It's not easy, of course, to juggle between your daughter and your son, like 2 children. But it's somehow, it was so far smoother, let me say.
Yeah, that's good. I think you're right. There's a lot of things what to expect, but then there's a lot of firsts as well, right? The first time you have to juggle, like, having a toddler and having a baby at home. The first time you have to deal with that. A little bit of jealousy from the older kid. There's a lot of firsts. And I'm sure throughout your motherhood experience, whether it was with your second or with your first, there were moments where you wish you would have been able to turn to your mom and ask her for advice, ask her for guidance. And looking back now, what do you feel like was the hardest moment for you that you felt like, I really need to talk to my mom?
It was just this week, actually, when we fell all sick, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't the first time, and you think that having a second child, you will get stronger in terms of, I know what to expect when he gets sick, but then having 2 sick children and being sick yourself, and searching for that lap to sleep on, that hand to caress your hair, to tell you it's okay, you're doing it right, that voice to answer your questions the way you want, and that empathetic person who feels you without having the need of elaborating much. This is where you feel that I miss you again and again and again and deeply. So I think this every time we get sick, every time, even whenever we witness a happy moment, I feel I'm super happy about it. But what if? There's also always that what if. What if you were here? What if she was here? What if she was witnessing the happy moments with us? What if now I'm just sending her a message to tell her, Mom, when are you free to come to Dubai to spend like 1-2 weeks with me, with my family? Mom, my daughter needs you. My daughter is asking about you. My son is starting to smile at me. Aren't you willing to come and witness his smile life? So here is where you feel that you really need her.
Habibi, I'm so sorry, Anjad.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your coping strategies. How do you cope when you go through moments like this?
The first thing I decided to do is not to be as selfless as my mother. The only thing I didn't want myself to be like my mom is the amount of selflessness she used to have. So I wanted to be not selfish. I wanted to have that self-care. I wanted to have that solo time, that time for myself. So I try to cope when I find a window to escape and some solo time, while having that solo drive, putting my own music, when I go and do some exercise, sports, when I have my time to go to that spiritual place where I find peace, where I find time to grab that coffee with my friend. So these moments, they fuel me in a way or another. They give me the right energy to move on. And whenever I look into my children's eyes and I hear my daughter telling me, "You're the best mom I ever have." Anyone can ever have. Like she knows how to express these feelings. Every time I look at her and she tells me thank you for any reason, even when she tells me thank you because I got her this 1,000 gift on a daily basis. Whenever I look into my son and I see that he's looking and he's noticing, he knows me now. These moments are the moments where I feel the energy again. And the moment where I also hear my husband telling me, "Rana, you're doing it right. You're a perfect wife. You're a perfect mother." These moments are the moments that help me cope and manage. So yeah, when you find some time for yourself and when you find the right time just to count the blessings and to witness that there are still a lot of blessings that are granted from God, even though the thing that you want didn't work the way you wanted it to be.
Yeah, you have to take care of yourself in order to be able to give your kids. You have to fill your own cup first. And I think it's amazing that you're doing that, because that's how you're able to be, a happier mom. And that's what your kids want. They want to see a happier version of you.
Exactly.
How do you think your mom has influenced the mother that you are today?
Well, actually, she shaped a big part of my identity. The fact of reading now about positive parenting is not something uncommon for me. And then I found out that my mom used to do it even before it became a trend or it became a thing. So when I find myself nurturing my kid the way she used to do it with me and my brother, when I find myself passing the values that she gave me, she and my father, of course, when I find myself telling the stories that I inherited from her, and also singing the songs that she used to sing for me, when I find myself repeating the same food she used to cook, mdardara. I'm known to do
it's
it.
mjaddara for me.
Yeah, like, and I never knew, like, why am I doing it to this extent? Like, the amount of time I cook this is really unhealthy. Like, I'm sometimes worried about my husband's reaction whenever he finds I'm cooking it again. And then I remember that my mom used to do it because she used to be a working mom. So she used to do that fast dishes that are like healthy and at the same time doesn't take much time. So honoring her has become a silent daily ritual that I do on a daily basis without having the intention. I do it unintentionally. So this is how I feel that the way she raised me and my brother reflected and then like it shaped my character as a mom.
That's beautiful. Your son is still a baby. He's 3 months. But how do you explain to your daughter? How do you talk to her about your mom?
Well, she reached a point in age where she started to ask these questions about loss, about why my grandma and unfortunately her grandfather, the father of my husband, also passed away. But she knows him, like she remembers him somehow. So when she started to ask these questions, I practiced what I wanted to practice, is that to be honest, no matter what, and to be straightforward with my answers. I decided to reply with the words she used. Like, let me say, when she asked me, why did my grandma die? I didn't say she passed away. I used the word she died because she got sick a lot. So when she started again to ask, then when you get sick, are you going to leave me? Are you going to die? Or when I get sick, it means that I'm going to die. So here I started to explain the cycle of life. And I told her, no, that's not my aim. I'm not going to leave you, at least anytime soon. But one day we will all leave this world. And yes, I found myself being that raw and that real with my daughter. And that's what I want. And I was surprised that somehow she was understanding. Of course, you try to find a tweak that suits their age, but I didn't find it while not saying the truth or while reshaping the truth in a way that is not ordinary, that is not logical. So I wanted to build this logic in my daughter's brain, and I want to be honest with her and to tell her she passed away because she got sick. But I didn't dig into the detail. I didn't tell her she got cancer and what does cancer mean and how does cancer work, and she got into a metastatic phase. I didn't go into this. I was like straightforward. I limited my answer. Of course, I let her feel that I wasn't happy with the fact that I lost my mom, but I let her see that we can always find a purpose out of pain. And my purpose here now is to cherish her every single night while praying for her. And I do believe that she is watching over me wherever she is. So now my daughter, whenever she feels sad, she tries to communicate with her grandma. And she kept on asking me about her, like, tell me some stories about your grandma, about your mother when you were a kid. And whenever she does something now, she asks me, did you do the same? And what was your mom's reaction? Every time she asked me about my mother's reaction, as if she became somehow her idol. And she started to express her feeling towards her grandmothers. So I think I'm doing it the right way while saying the truth and keeping her memory alive.
It's amazing because your daughter is 5, so she's still so young.
Yes.
But clearly you did such a beautiful way of explaining to her and helping her understand, as you said, the cycle of life. If you were to give a piece of advice to a mom out there that's listening, that's going through the same thing, that's hoping that she could turn to her mom, but unfortunately her mom isn't around, what is something that you would tell her?
I would tell her, go easy on yourself. And it's okay not to feel and not to be at your best every single day. You will definitely not be at your best. It's okay to find a balance between grief and joy. It's okay to say I need support. It's okay to say that no, I'm not healed yet. And it's okay to seek help and to seek therapy. It's not only okay, it's a must for me. Just try to seek therapy at the right person. Do it with an expert, because experts know what they are doing and they know the right way and the right techniques to provide you just to reach better phases in your life. And being a mom without your own mom will never have like a complete healing or complete therapy. You will have your ups and downs, but this is just like life. It's life being life. You will find your ups and you will find your downs. But then, even though you will not have the luxury of saying, today I cannot do it, I will just send my kids to my mom and she will do it instead of me, and I will try to disconnect. You will not have this luxury, but you will witness a growth and maturity that not every woman will witness in herself. So just focus on these characteristics and these pros, and you will get there. You will get there, yeah.
Rana, you also mentioned that you moved to Dubai when your daughter was 8 months old, and you've been here since. Being an expat mom is not easy. You feel like you're put out there and you have to figure everything out on your own, and you don't have that community of support around you. How has it been for you being an expat mom away from your home country?
Well, actually being an expat mom away from the familiar faces, away from the place that you were raised in and you moved from when you were 30. So it wasn't something easy. Somehow it felt, sometimes it used to feel like isolating. And I can compare it to a machine, a very sophisticated machine that someone like granted you, and you have to know how to use it without a catalog, without the right guidance. So that's the feeling that I used to have from mothering without a mom and also mothering abroad. But it can also be full of growth and full of maturity. And when you reach a point where you see yourself doing it abroad, you feel that you became more selective, and you became like a person who's building his own village. So you try to be selective with the entourage that you want. You try to be also to know how to set your priorities. And the luxury that you get from being a mom abroad is that you choose who you want to be around you at this time of the year, or at this moment, or in this chapter of your life. You choose who is going to be to be the person who to give you the right answer or the guidance. So you build your own cocoon, you build your own village, you set your own priorities, and then you start talking positively with yourself. You look at yourself and you say, look at myself, I did it all by myself. Like, okay, I don't like to compare. I'm not here like to compare myself as a mom to other moms who are in their country or surrounded by their village or their support system. But like when you see someone like nagging about a certain thing while having a full support, and then you look at yourself and you see yourself doing it without any support and abroad, you cannot but give some credit to yourself and to say that here I am, I did it, and I can do more. Of course, it's not easy, but it is how it is. And when you don't have any other choice than being strong, then you can see how strong you can be, to what extent you can get strong.
Do you feel like you've found that village here that you were looking for?
Actually, not really. Not really, if I may say. But I ended up believing that my village is my safe haven, is my small family. And that's the only thing that matters here. And so if I may answer this question with yes, it would be yes, definitely my own family. But in terms of village, like of a big entourage of XYW being here and there, no, because here I found a support system, but they are having their own struggles also, and they want to juggle and master their time between work, between families. So you will not find your grandma who doesn't have anything other than having you in her home and giving her full time and her full cooking to you. You will not find that priest who is waiting for you, let's say, or the spiritual person who's waiting for you to go and to sit with him and talk to him every now and then. You will not find that person who knows your story since you were 5 years old. So you will find a village, but who knows you since you allow them to be in your entourage and in your life. So it's not that like you become completely by yourself, but the people that you build here are not the same people that were there for you in your ups and downs through your history when you were still in your country before you moved to here, to the other country. But let me talk about a positive thing that I get the chance to have here is the beautiful communities that you can find from mothers around you, from neighbors sometimes, from colleagues. And here the country works a lot on communities, and that's the thing that I cherish in my life here in Dubai. And after all, this is what I want also to give to my children, is a good community, a safe haven, and a country full of growth and advantages, if I may say.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure on the word village, right? Yeah. Because we do sort of grow up with that idea that it takes a village, because that's how our parents and their parents raised us.
Exactly.
And they had this literally village around them. They had family, they had aunts, they had cousins, they had uncles, they had everybody. But for us, especially as expat moms, I think that word village is very heavy, and sometimes it can be one or two people that make up your entire village. You know what I mean? That you feel like they are the ones that are helping you thrive in motherhood. And it's so beautiful that you mentioned that your village is your family. You're building it, you're creating it on your own. But as well, being an expat mom is, it's difficult. It's hard being away from home. If you had to pick or think of one main challenge that comes with being an expat mom, what would that be?
I think, again, it's the fact of trying to keep up your well-being and the well-being of your children all by yourself, away from your own family, away from the people that can support you in a way or another. And the fact of being resilient and to be perseverant every single day. Like, you don't have the luxury of saying, today I cannot do it anymore, today I can't stop, today I can just shift my energy into something else. You don't have this luxury. So whenever you wake up in the morning and you say, I will do it today the way I did it yesterday, the way I did it for several years, and now in few days I will be celebrating my 5th year as an expat. Wow. So I would do a celebration, really. I would sit with my husband and tell him, look, we came along and we reached this phase. We thought it will be hard for us to do it, but here we are, we did it, and we will do more. So there is a big challenge here by being an expat and being a mom away from your own country. But when you focus your mindset to the positivity of raising your children the way you want them to be raised in a country that you not like in a country that has a lot of benefits, a lot of pros, a lot of opportunities, you say that I think I'm doing it right. And I try also every time to reach to people who were born and raised as an expat, to ask them if they are thankful to the decision that their parents did or not. And thank God, I've never had one negative reply. And I think these answers are part of what makes me, keep me going, if I may say.
Yeah, you're giving your kids a sense of belonging here.
Yes, of course.
But how do you keep that attachment to their roots?
By telling them stories about their country, by telling them what I know about my country. I try not to focus on the thing that made us leave now, because I don't think they need to know now. But I try to tell them about the beauty of Lebanon, about what I miss in Lebanon. I try also to now Yorgo didn't visit Lebanon yet, hopefully soon, but Eleni, she visits Lebanon every year, at least once a year. And the fact of using this digital era, like the video calls with the family, I let her send messages, listen to Fayrouz, let me say, to Lebanese and Arabic music. When I also insist on her to build a full sentence in Lebanese, I think this is the way we try, and also while cooking Lebanese dishes. Dardara, of course.
Yeah, I can relate as well to that, because we go back to Lebanon, we try to go back as much as we can, so that we can make our kids love the country as much as we love it. Exactly. But at the same time, you have the sense of belonging here because of everything you're able to offer your kids here. You mentioned at the beginning that you're focusing on raising emotionally intelligent kids.
Sure.
And we saw that from the conversation that you have with your daughter about your mom. Of course, the mom that you are. But can you tell us a little bit more about how do you do that? What are things that you do in your household that aid in raising emotionally intelligent kids?
Well, emotionally intelligent kid is what this world needs. And I think you do agree, and I see the way you speak to your son, and of course this is the same way you do with your daughter. I didn't do it I didn't get a book and try to practices, and I'm not going by the book to raise them in a emotionally intelligent way. But of course, I try to do my research. I always say, if there's awareness about this, why would we turn our face over it? Why would we stay blind? If the world is improving, if we're getting a lot of knowledge about having a healthy child, having an emotionally intelligent child, why wouldn't we use these tools that are given freely for us? So I try to do it with the way I speak to her and my child and my son, with the way I believe that they are understanding since the first moment they came to this world. I never underestimate their intelligence. I never underestimate their feelings. I try my best also to focus on letting them know the difference between the feelings. Fear is not sadness. Joy is not excitement. There's a difference between these emotions, and when you get the chance to know the difference, you know better how to express yourself. And when you express yourself in a better way, you can reach places, you can go places, you can see your potential, and you can know your capacity in this life. And I do believe that the communication, the right way to communicate with your child, even if sometimes it can drain you. Like if you would take the easiest path, it would be just raise your voice or like خلاص, say enough is enough here and let them move. هلا أكيد sometimes I have to put a comma and I have to put a point and I have not to elaborate, but I choose my battles with her. I choose the subject that I let myself take a lot of time to let her understand, either when it's something related to her emotions, to the way she will interact with her teacher in class, with her colleagues, with her classmates in her ballet class, let's say. So I try to be alerted, and I try to be there and to answer all her questions in a way where I never underestimate her intelligence. They are created and they are here in this world as an intelligent human. We are here just to boost this intelligence. So, yeah.
I mean, listen, Rana, I want to tell you, even though your mom's not around now, it's very obvious what an amazing job she did in representing what a mom should be like. Because a lot of the times when we scroll through social media and when you talk to people, they tell you about breaking generational traumas, right?
Yes.
And parenting differently. And here you are wanting to parent the same way that your mom parented you, and really implementing that into how you raise your kids.
Yes.
So I congratulate you for that, because I think it's so refreshing to see. And we have to move on to Rana, the businesswoman. Rana, you know, the journalist. You also work. You're a working mom. Tell us a little bit about what balance looks like for you.
Actually, before, as a perfectionist person, and I'm saying perfectionist not as a trendy or as a beautiful slogan, as a clinically proven side of my character. And it's not something that I'm really proud of, because being perfectionist can pull you back on many levels. And I was a perfectionist person for many years before I got the chance to know more about myself and to find the right techniques to break this perfectionism. So in my career, when you give me a task, I can do it perfectly well. But if I want to move my ideas into a project, it takes a lot of time with me to do it, because I used to be afraid of failure. I used to be afraid of negative feedbacks and comments. But now, with the therapy and with the maturity that I reached and with the experiences that I had in my field, and with the balance that I try to find between being a mom and being a journalist, I came to a point where I started to embrace imperfection, let me say. So now I seek imperfection and I embrace imperfection, and I found the balance and the success in the balance. So, and for me, success now has a different meaning. It's smoother, let me say. It's slower somehow. It has more grace. It's more graceful. And success for me today is not only being perfectionist about one side and leaving the other side alone. It's just having putting this amount of energy here, another amount of energy here, another amount of energy here, and of course saving some energy for yourself. So when I try to find this balance, and I keep on finding it, I keep on searching for it. Sometimes I'm not there, and some other days I say, no, Rana, you're doing it the right way. You're finding the balance, and you are now not being only a working mom. You are also being a person who allows herself to be by herself and to give some energy to herself. So for me, this is success, and it took me time to reach this answer about success. First, I used to feel that success is when I look at a lady and I feel that, oh wow, she's succeeding in her career, but I have no idea about what's hiding behind this career. Where is she as a woman? Where is she as a mom? Where is she as a wife? Where is she as a partner? Where is she as a daughter? Is she giving enough time to her parents? Is she giving enough time to her brother, to her husband, to her friends, to herself? Now, when I reached this point, I found that success is trying to juggle between here and there and putting the right amount of energy in different sector.
You mentioned your mom was a working mom as well. Did you see that balance with her?
Yes. The good thing about my mom is that she knew where to say no, and she knew where to close the door of our home and to say that this time is for me and my kids, and where to open this door and to say, now we have time for neighbors, for friends. Now I have my time to improve myself at work. Now it's the right time to have some solo time with my husband. And but at the same time, I have to repeat this, that she was somehow selfless. So the only amount of energy that she forgot about is the energy for herself. Other than that, she knew how to do it perfectly well. Yeah.
Saying no, I think, is a key skill in learning how to juggle everything that you have going on. But there is always going to be that factor of mom guilt when you're working. Anything that you do, even when you do something for yourself, there's a little bit of mom guilt in the back of your head telling you that maybe I should be spending this time with my kids instead of doing this. How do you manage mom guilt?
I didn't find the right way to stop it actually yet, because whenever I feel that, Rana, khalas, you have to stop feeling guilty. This is how it is. You don't have the right to go hard on yourself. I found myself other days feeling guilty again. So I think the right answer about that is the self-talk. Your brain can be your worst enemy sometimes. So when you stop your brain about being that enemy, when you tell him, stop, I know what I'm doing. I am enough as a mom. I am enough as a professional person, let me say. I am enough as an employee. I am enough as a wife. When you use this word and you keep on repeating it, even though sometimes at first you don't really believe, really believe what you're saying, but you have to be also consistent about repeating positive words to yourself, to your brain. You will reach a point where your brain will start answering this positivity. Your brain will start working through this energy and through this good vibe that you are giving to yourself through positive words. So when you say enough, I am doing what I can do. Of course, sometimes I do like to do more, but when what I cannot control, I just keep it to my God. He will control. What I can control, I control it in the limit that I can do, throughout the energy that I have and through the limit that I put to myself and my surroundings.
Positive affirmations.
Yes, thank you.
I think you can't really get rid of mom guilt completely. You can't stop mom guilt. I think it's just something that you have to learn to manage, because mom guilt is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It means that you always want to be more, you always want to give more, you always want to do more, and that just means that you care so much and you love your baby so much that that you're just looking to be the best, most fully present version of yourself. So it's just a matter of managing mom guilt. But I think it's always going to be there in the back of your head, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
I agree.
Rana, thank you so much for sharing everything that you've shared on our discussion today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being so open with your story, for being so real. And if we were to end it with some recommendations that you have for moms out there that are listening to this episode, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that don't forget yourself while putting your energy here and there and in the motherhood. Don't forget to talk positively with yourself and about yourself. Don't forget to seek help, and don't forget to be emotionally open about what you're feeling, no matter how hard this emotion can be. And there's no shame about any emotion. All emotions are beautiful. And one day you will thank yourself about this journey and you will thank God for giving you and granting you this beautiful journey. So embrace it and try to make the best out of it, because one day we'll just look behind us and say, this chapter wasn't easy, but it was so worth it.
Thank you so much, Rana. I think that's the perfect ending to this episode. I don't have much to add to that. I just want to say, this was such a moving discussion. It was such a real discussion. It's the reason why we have these discussions. And I hope that we were able to reach a mom that is going through the same thing.
Yes.
Remember that if you've enjoyed this conversation, please do hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and you can always reach us. You can reach us on contact@madinatmom.com, www.madinatmom.com, or on Instagram @madinatmom.com, @madinatmom, without the .com. If you have a story to share, you can always share it with me. And until next time, take care of yourselves as fiercely as you take care of your little ones.